Hi, my name is Stacy Stevens, and I am doing this video PowerPoint presentation as a requirement for N5343 Leadership in Complex Health Systems at the University of Texas in Arlington. And the book I chose to talk to you about is called It's Your Ship by Captain D. Michael Abrashoft. Captain D. Michael Abrashoft is a 1994 graduate of the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. After that, he was the military assistant to the Honorable Dr. William J. Perry, who was the Secretary of Defense. And then in 1997 to 1999, he was commander of the USS Benfold. And since retiring out of the United States Navy, he has co-founded his company called GLS Worldwide, and they work with leadership strategies throughout the world. To tell you about the book, it takes place in 1997 when Captain Abrashoft took over command of a highly technologically advanced ship known as the USS Benfold. No other captains wanted the ship because of its history. It had low productivity. But he stepped up to the challenge, and within a few months he created a ship full of confident, inspired, and motivated sailors. He used techniques on board the ship never before done in the Navy. And the same techniques he used throughout the book can be used in any organization that is desiring a top-down change. One such example was to lead by example. In his words, you never accomplish what you want by ordering it done. Followers look to leaders for guidance, and this is the opportunity to assert your influence over them. Another technique was to find out what other strengths are and to capitalize on them. And then a favorite of mine was the use of word magic. Word magic is when a leader backs their words with actions to create a self-fulfilling prophecy. He taught his staff to welcome those coming on board to the best damn ship in the Navy. Another technique is communicate purpose and meaning. If you communicate to your employees that they can do anything, then they will start believing it. And then the final technique was to create a climate of trust and to expect the best from your employees, and you will get it. The strengths of the book was that it used historical background on the Navy's traditions and how Captain Abrashoft was instrumental in changing these traditions. It lets the reader know that if the captain can change lifelong traditions, then you can change some culture in your workplace. He also used catchy phrases such as listen aggressively, take command, generate unity, look for results, not salutes. And the catchy phrases can be useful to any situations, and it's something that leaders can remember and relate to. However, the book did have weaknesses. It did not focus on any specific leadership style. However, the traits of the captain suggest he used a transformational approach. And while he discussed conflict issues he had with his crew, he never gave specific details as to the conflict, only his 20/20 hindsight as to what to do differently. Overall, the book met its objectives. The author's goal was to have the leader or potential leader realize the value of the human asset. The book is fraught with examples of when the captain put his crew first over the Navy's long traditions. One such example was when he allowed jazz night every Thursday. He allowed jazz music to be broadcast over the ship's intercom. A second example was when he insisted on eating with the enlisted men, since the officers and enlisted usually ate in separate quarters. And then the third final example was when he gave up command of his ship. Rather than having a pomp and circumstance of fashionable going away, he instead chose to have a ceremony at sea where the men that he commanded could be with him. I would highly recommend the book. Even though it was written by a male naval captain, it is applicable to any organization interested in improving staff engagement and top-down change. It's an exciting read, and it draws you in from the very beginning. And you'll find that the same issues he encountered and overcame are relevant today in most businesses. Thank you.